Honestly, I look amazing. I just want to be honest about that. I feel like I can be honest with you all. Oh, hi, everyone. I am Hi, hey. I am doing the second part of my series where I talk to the remarkable actors who are in this remarkable new reboot of Queer as Folk, which is absolutely stunning. And I want to know if they're actually here yet. No, not quite yet, but I'll see them all very, very soon. But anyway, welcome everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are having a wonderful, absolutely wonderful day. I can also honestly, I really do feel stunning today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. As I was getting ready today, I was like, honestly, I look amazing. I mean, I do have a filter on, but I still look like Stungelina even without my filter. 'Cause this is one of those days where I was like, has anyone ever watched this show? Not sure. Yeah, this is a very subtle eye that I'm doing here. Has anyone ever seen that show Feud? And there's a scene at the end of Feud, like toward the end of the series, where the actor playing Joan Crawford, she's sitting down, and she's like she has like somewhere to go or somewhere to be. Not Family Feud. The show Feud. The Feud was the Joan Crawford versus Betty Davis. Um, it was Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange, and Jessica Lange is playing um, Joan Crawford. And there's a moment where she's like has somewhere to be, and then she goes to like zip up her dress, but she can't reach the zipper, and she just like calls downstairs and is like, you know what? I'm not gonna make it. I'm not coming. I won't be making it. It was absolutely lovely that you all, thought of me, but I'm just not going to. I'm not gonna make it. And I had a moment today where I was like, I can't reach the zipper. I'm just not gonna make it. But I got zipped up. She got zipped. All right. Anyway, sorry. I think everyone's here now. Who am I? I don't see them. If y'all are in here, let me know. Oh, Finn, there you are. Yo, this is Finn there in the new
Oh, hey.
Finn.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm great. And I don't I'm I really feel I'm really in like full on granny mode when I'm leaning in trying to find these
Trust. I haven't been on Instagram Live in probably over a year, so this is a big moment for me. Big
oh,
step.
I'm so honored that I was able to get you to come back to the platform. We've missed you so much. Everyone keeps talking about you. We're obsessed with you. We're like, where is Finn? Where are they?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. And everyone somehow got my address and they've been like banging on my door. So awkward.
Armand, there you are. How do
Huh?
I get
Mama?
say again?
I was just saying hi to Armand.
How do I get Armand in here?
Ah,
I
Armand.
think this is how you do. Okay, wait a minute. Not wait. Add as a moderator. No. How do we go? How do I get them in the live? Armand, have you requested? There we go.
Do we do it?
I think we did it.
My fingers are crossed. I haven't.
Hey,
Yeah. Hi. I so much.
This is hilarious. I had no idea I was gonna come into this. I just saw that y'all had both posted it, and I was like, "Let a bitch pop in."
Yes. Welcome. As you said, it's so good to see your beautiful face. I miss you.
It's good to see y'all.
and how are you doing today? Can everyone say their pronoun? My name is Bob. My pronouns are he and she. Can everyone go around and share their pronouns? Let
I'm
me grab my phone real quick too. Hold on. Let me grab my phone. Yeah. Tell the group. Talk amongst yourselves.
all right. Well, I haven't seen yours forever, so I have plenty to ask. But uh, your name and pronouns, my dear.
Yes, Armand Fields, they, them, she, her pronouns.
Per.
So Armand plays my drag on the
It's
show.
true.
She is a legend. Okay,
Icon, honey.
she taught me everything I know. Oh my gosh. From episode 1.
Shout out to Naomi, Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us, Armand. I just want to say hey to you real quick. Give you some love, baby.
I just want to say hey to y'all. I'm just so grateful that you're having us on, Bob, just to promote the show.
Oh,
If
it's
y'all
my
haven't
pleasure.
watched it, watch it. What'd you say?
It's my absolute pleasure. I'm really enjoying myself. So listen, I'm more than thrilled and happy to be able to, be a part of this really phenomenal. And honestly, I'm not part of it. I'm not in the show, but it's exciting.
We need you in there next season, season 2. We need
It's too late. It's too late. I'm offended I wasn't asked before. All right. Thank you, Armand. Let me talk to Finn real quick. Thank you, baby.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.
All right.
Bye.
But I thought you're supposed to be inviting.
Oh, by the way, I've seen
Yes.
every episode here, and it is so good.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. First of all, how are you? How has the reception been for you?
It's been good. Yeah, the past few weeks have been a bit of a whirlwind, but it's been really nice to kind of let go of something that, me and the rest of the team on Queer as Folk, we spent so long working on, and now we got to let go of our little baby, and everyone's making their own relationships to it, and it's exciting. It's exciting.
How long did it take to film?
To film, I mean, it was I think it was 5.5 months.
Oh, that feels like long, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty involved. So we were all on location in New Orleans for that entire time, but it was great. I mean, I love New Orleans. It has the best queer scene I've ever experienced. An amazing drag scene too.
Oh yeah, that's some great drag. And to everyone wondering, if you want to find out how to watch Queer as Folk, it is on Peacock, and you can find out how to get Peacock. You just Google Peacock subscription. I'm sure it'll pop right up for you. Very, very easily for you all there. Did you ever, Matt, I may ask how old you are? Is that shady? I'm 36. I always think I should lead in with the answer. I'm 36 years old. How old are you?
I'm 23. Yeah, that's
23.
I don't mind you asking.
So did you watch any of the original iterations? Because if you watched it, you clearly watched it like in hindsight, because obviously you weren't watching it when it first came out.
Oh no, they had screenings at my preschool. It was like a weekly thing.
Yeah, the preschool was watching. Everyone was gathering around to watch Queer as Folk. Imagine.
I had no idea this show existed. I grew up in a really sheltered, conservative environment, so this show existed until I moved to LA. And I've since gone back and watched it and love what it represents. It's always been groundbreaking for representation of queer people. And so this iteration is like the same vibe, just obviously the scope is widened, so we can involve queer people from the other letters of the alphabet instead of just G.
And so, but did you watch them after, as right before? Did you binge them all beforehand, or like what?
Yeah, I binged right when I booked this. I went back and started watching it, and I got through the British version in like 2 days. But yeah, it's so fun. All those performances are incredible. I just love the tone of it. I love that you get to see some queer people being human, being messy, making mistakes. Weirdly, that is very humanizing, to not see a queer character that's so sanctified. Yeah.
I mean, last week I had John Sibley and Ryan O'Connell in here, who were I know John Sibley for a couple of years actually, on the New York City scene, and Ryan O'Connell is a nut job, honey. She is wild. I was like, there were shots fired at what's the new Sex and the City reboot, and just like that, he was going wild. I was like, ciao.
Ryan does not pull any punches, and I love her for that.
Yeah, I was like, Miss Thing is acting up.
Yeah,
Um,
we were paired with our press junket, and fire and water, baby. They were
did you base your character on anyone, like based on anyone from your real life, like famous or someone that you know?
Uh, I mean, it was kind of just based on the teenage version of myself. I was a punk bitch. I was very bratty. Not to say that I'm not anymore, but I'd like to think I'm a little less bratty. But yeah, it's definitely just like a version of my teenage self that was a lot more self-actualized and comfortable with their queerness. And I just got to kind of amp that up. I think the level of explicit queerness I'm at in my own personal life now, I merged with my teen angst of like when I was in high school, and that's how
And
it emerged.
what did you say you grew up again?
I grew up in the northwest suburbs of Chicago.
Oh,
Where are you
what
from?
it do? I'm from Atlanta. Well, I'm from the South. The short answer is I'm from the South, but the suburbs of Atlanta, and Alabama and Mississippi. So I'm a real Southerner, a
Yeah.
real true Southerners. You know what I mean? Also, I love that people are calling us Wendy Williams and Shawn Mendes. I really am obsessed with.
Shawn Mendes? I mean, sure.
How do you know you're not Wendy Williams? How do you know I'm not Shawn Mendes?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. People do say that my personality reminds them of Wendy Williams all the time. So,
It's giving how you doing. So what was like building this incredible like mother-child relationship with Juliette Lewis? Can you tell us more about what it was like working with Juliette?
oh my God, Juliette is so cool. I mean, y'all probably know this already, but she is a legend, a rock star, and also just so nice. It was really
Mhm.
to film those scenes with her because no, a lot of times you have the time to like build chemistry and like hang out with an actor prior, but she stays busy, so she would fly in to film her scenes, and we'd go boom, 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 and then
Yeah.
she'd go do her own thing, film a different show, film a different movie. She's always working, which is inspiring to say the least. But it was always really easy to drop in with her. She's just such a natural, and she inspired me to make bolder choices with my acting. And I feel I found that mother-daughter dynamic kind of automatically. So those
That's
are,
amazing.
yeah, those are probably my favorite scenes, especially I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but there's a scene in the last episode where we have this really tender moment together, and it's probably one of my favorite scenes I've ever filmed, period.
No spoilers, but there are aliens in episode 4. They really take a sharp
Aw,
turn.
I'm supposed to say that.
Imagine, imagine. I mean, there is obviously a very big shock in. By the way, anyone just joining, my name is Bob. My pronouns are he and she. You want to introduce yourself, Ben?
Hi, and my pronouns are they, them.
And we are discussing the Queer as Folk, which is available on Peacock right now. You can go check it out on Peacock. And we're talking about Finn's journey and how they built up their characters and their relationship with other actors that are on this show as well. So thank you all for joining us. And last week we had Johnny Sibley and Ryan O'Connell. And this is a much more calm. This is a much more calm. There was some chaos.
Drink some caffeine. So
But everyone's saying I'm high. I'm not high. I do not do. Yeah, I am as sober as they come. I do not do anything even remote. I mean, my hair is snatched out. This ponytail is giving right now, but I am absolutely not even a little. Do I look high to you, Finn? Be honest with me.
I think the tightness of the ponytail might be giving you a head rush, but besides
Right.
that, you're gold.
All right, your character has a very interesting relationship with drag in the series. Tell me a little bit more about that. Like, what's it like to play someone like going through this drag journey? You know.
Yeah, I actually had never done drag in the traditional sense prior to filming this show, so I was a little nervous about that. But I did a crash course. Actually, you know what is funny? The first season of Drag Race I ever watched was the season you won. So this is full circle moment.
Sure. You know what? Honestly, as it should be. It
Yeah,
was look.
the crown. Uh, yes,
Kind of a look. All right, sorry. I get distracted.
you're you're my biggest inspiration.
Well,
Uh,
you're very. And how is this affected? How's your journey on the show affected your journey with drag in real life?
Yeah, so in the show, my character is just getting into the drag scene, and she's a booger, and she's
Drag
very
her.
nervous. Um, but you kind of watch over the course of the season, Mingus, and her drag name's Chicky. You kind of watch her come into herself and really find her voice and her style. And when you get to the last episode, it just has this wonderful moment where it breaks free, and you see this full length drag performance, and that was probably that last episode was filled with moments that are going to stay with me for the rest of my life. But that has been my personal drag journey in a lot of ways, in the sense that I do drag at all. I didn't do drag prior to filming this show, but now it's such a huge part of my life, and I couldn't really imagine it without it. But my
Are you like at the clubs, or like how is it part of your life now?
So far, I kind of just go out on the town with my friend Chris, who goes by the Meat Skeleton, and they put me into my looks, and then we kind of build our outfits together. But yeah, they're super creepy, clowny makeup, and so we've kind of created this like drag duo moment, and they just participated in this thing called Bad Drag Race, which is basically like a crunchy drag competition, and they ended up winning. So I was
Bad Drag Race. We all saw season 10. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, tell me. So, how can what's your do you have a drag name for yourself now?
I have like 50 that I just oscillate between. Right now, my working title is Jizzy Lizzy, and it's terrible, and I know that. The thing is, I know every drag name I've come up with is terrible, and that's why I haven't decided on one
I
yet.
mean, Bob the drag queen. Sometimes a terrible drag name can really just bring it home. Like sometimes a name is so bad that it ends up being good. And also, everyone's clocking me for looking at myself in the comments. And you're right, I am indeed looking at myself because I look really good right now.
You look incredible, so I don't blame you. I can't stop looking at you. Yeah, so
Jizzy, stop.
Miss, that's
Miss Lizzy. Is she married? Is it Mrs. Lizzy? Is there a Mr. Lizzy? Is there a mixed Lizzy?
maybe it's Ms. It's Ms. Lizzy.
There we go. I'm very into this. How about like costumes and hair? Because all your costumes for Mingus, they really like kind of progress throughout the show, which is really remarkable to be able to see a journey of drag. Because sometimes on TV you see it and it just shows up and it's just like boom, this is the most stunning drag queen in the world, and you don't see the actual build of drag like you get to see in real life.
Yeah.
Collaborate with them on your costume and hair and whatnot.
Yeah, so actually we had the costume team for the show created the first two looks, and then as in the opening episode look, which is the Nancy inspired, like the craft Nancy look, which I adore. Obviously it's a little more like basic and beginner, and then you get to see this Bowie drag look that's sort of creepy and like demonic Bowie. That was also the costume team. Christina is her name, and the last one we actually had made by someone who makes a lot of costumes for drag queens. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I really should know their name, but
I probably know them. Where are they from?
I don't know. All I know is that
was it Domino Couture? Was it Diego Montoya? Was it Dallas Coulter? Was it Godoy? Was it? I'm just naming every designer that I have ever worked with or across.
I remember.
Well, shout out to them. Shout out to whoever this mystery designer is.
All I know is that Miss Scarlet Envy was my was like the body double that they built the costume on, and then they put it onto my body. And
it's probably someone Brooklyn based then. It might be like Casey Caldwell or.
Oh wait, that's right. That sounds right.
Was it Casey Caldwell? Yeah, Casey Caldwell used to do costumes for We're Here.
Gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, now I'm remembering because we had this whole conversation. That's who it was.
Yeah, listen, baby, I know all of them. I'm telling you, I know if someone has made a costume, if someone has put a costume on a drag queen, in this whole world. I'm telling you, I probably know them, and I've probably worked with them or done, hung out with them or tipped them or they tipped me or something at a drag show. Let's get back to your acting. Is there a favorite scene that you filmed? You mentioned that final one of your final scenes.
Yeah, I think the
Way.
drag I think it was the last drag performance, and it was simultaneously my favorite scene and the most difficult scene to film because it was just super emotional. And we'll see in the show, it has this really like painful emotional arc the whole season, but my character's storyline in particular, and they sort of give up drag towards the beginning of the season and then come back to it. So this last moment is like very culminative, and at the end of it, you get to see all of the cast members just dancing and having fun and smiling and laughing and crying together. And that was actually how we felt on the day. We were so tired, and
Mhm.
and we were all just so emotional, after filming the show. That's really heavy. But we had this moment where we just got to like let loose and have fun and dance together. And watching that brings me to tears every time.
Oh, that's amazing. That is one. Once you work on a show, whether it be scripted or unscripted, when you get a chance to watch it back, it's really interesting to relive all those emotions again. Like you experience it, and you're like, oh my god, there it is again. I'm experiencing all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were y'all doing in your free time on set?
I was spending a lot of time skating. I got into the queer skate scene. There's a group down in New Orleans that I became a part of called the Crescent Skate Crew. Shout out to them.
Skateboarding or roller skating?
Oh, skateboarding, but there were some that would roller skate and like rollerblade and all that stuff. It was very inclusive. It was just basically like a group of people that would meet up at a skate park and either skate or just like hang out. But it was queer oriented, so it was just like a safe space for folks to hang out. So I spent a lot of time at the skate park and hanging out with Chris and like messing around with drag stuff.
I love that you're like getting in the drag scene. That's the thing about drag. Like we all find different ways to land ourselves in the drag scene. And I know for me it was going out, running into the drag queens, like meeting. Like I remember like seeing online a competition, and I went to the bar and I met these queens, started like hanging out with everyone. So it really is the drag, it takes over your life, and you can attest to this. It becomes your number one thing. It starts to just take over your home, take over your workspace, take over your relationships. It grows as you grow as a person.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I didn't really think going into this that I would leave still wanting to do drag on my own time, because I mean it's just so much work. And I think a lot of people don't I mean, maybe a lot of people do, but it's so much work, to do the looks, get the wigs, make them. But it's so much fun too. It's like a really gratifying experience. So I don't know, I think I've always sort of felt like my art had to take this like nuanced, not that, well, drag can be nuanced too, but it's a lot larger than the type of creative expression that I've ever done before. I've always done songwriting, and it's very like chill and singer-songwriter. So drag has been my way to sort of like really break open and see what a full-fledged manifestation of my own creativity would be. And
music. What kind of music do you do? What's the tone?
What kind of drag do I do?
No, I didn't know that you did music. What's the tone of your music? What kind of music do you do?
Oh, well, so now I do like indie rock stuff, or maybe indie pop is a better genre. It's sort of Vampire Weekend. If Vampire Weekend and Tune Yards had a gay baby, I am that gay baby, and I am screaming and crying.
The baby just yassing and
yeah.
And wah. I mean, it's giving wah.
It's giving.
Do you have any interesting memories from people when you first met them that stick out to you from your cast members? Oh, Johnny Sibley, hello. I see you just joined. You ain't sneaking in here, Johnny Sibley.
John. Let's see. When did I meet Johnny? I can't even remember.
Johnny. Read Johnny right now. Drag Johnny Sibley.
One of the first times I ever hung out with Johnny was at his birthday party, and it was so fun because I don't even know if it was like a Clueless theme or something, but everyone was wearing these plaid miniskirts, which was funny because I was literally already wearing one that day, and then I got invited. And I'm like, oh, work. So I hopped on straight over, but that was so much fun. There was like a twerking contest, and Johnny turned it out. Very impressive, everyone. So flying colors. Johnny is a great first impression.
Here, I feel like we should all share Johnny stories. My first time meeting Johnny Sibley was at a crack house, and I'm kidding. We were both down bad.
Part of the story, Bob.
We were both down bad, and it's very much giving the storyline. I was the inspiration for Johnny's storyline. No, I met on set for like a YouTube series that we were doing back in the day, which was actually really, really fun. It was on, I think, Max Emerson's.
Oh my God, I know Max.
Yeah, it was called Drag Babies.
Max is in my music video that I'm about to put out in like a few weeks.
Oh, well, congratulations. Do you have a date? Do you have a date you're dropping it?
I haven't announced it yet, but I can say that it's very, very soon. It's within the month, so woohoo!
And Queer as Folk is really not afraid to have some intimate moments that get wild. Do you have any? Tell me, have you got any calls from people in your family being like, Finn, what was this? Because you have an interesting scene in the bathroom right when you show up at the club within minutes of up.
So for those of you who aren't sold yet on watching Queer as Folk, if this helps, I do have an ass-eating scene within the first 30 minutes. So there you go.
True story.
Yeah, no, I got a very long series of text messages from my grandma, which was interesting, and I was nervous, but then it actually was like a super sweet string of text messages where she was just like dissecting all the different character dynamics. And she did say, she was like, you know, seeing those intimate moments with you made me a little uncomfortable, but but she was mostly like super supportive. It's very funny. Like all of my grandparents watched it. Most of my family's watched it. I won't say all, but most of them. And I've never felt weird about, I don't really feel bashful about that sort of thing. But yeah, there have been some family members who are like, it's a little weird seeing you get your ass ate in the bathroom stall.
Your grandma who texts you, what's her name?
Grandma Rose.
Grandma Rose. Shout out to
Rose.
Grandma Rose. I know that the ass eating may have made you uncomfortable, but it made a lot of people very happy. So whatever it's worth, your grandkids, Grandma Rose, like, what is rimming? What is a rim job? It's like, Grandma,
I will not be answering the question for my Grandma Rose, unfortunately. She'll just have to watch Queer as Folk. If you don't
subscribe to Peacock
watch,
find out the answer to that question. And also, luckily, the show premiered during Pride. That's really exciting. Did you do anything else fun to celebrate your Pride?
I honestly did not do anything Pride related. But besides, although I mean, I did, and this isn't by choice. Well, I mean, I went out with my queer friends. It was basically every Pride event that was going on. Like when LA Pride happened, I was in New York. When New York Pride happened, I was in LA. When SF, like I just was never in town for a Pride event. But I mean, Pride to me, what does Pride mean to me? I don't know. Anal?
Well, to be fair, I didn't say what does Pride mean to you. I just wonder what you did anything. Because I always hate Pride. I hate that question. Every Pride, if you are a queer person of note, if you do an interview, someone's going to ask you, what does Pride mean to you? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, girl. It changes. Every day, every year it changes. You know, last year it meant something different than it does this year. Sometimes it means protest. Sometimes it means party. Sometimes it means drink. Sometimes it means fun. It all means different stuff all the time. Pride means something different to everyone, which is what makes it exciting, you know? Purr. All right, I have one more question for you. how does it feel? What does it feel like for you to be part of the show? You're a very young person, and you're part of something that's probably already going to be part of a big, iconic legacy. What does that mean for you? And what do you want? What do you want the fans to take away from it?
I'll start there with what I want people to take away from it. The thing is, I have, and I feel like a lot of queer people can relate to this. There have been very few times where I've actually saw myself or like versions of my queerness reflected on screen, and to be a part of a show that is centering trans and non-binary stories, and also a queer scene that isn't whitewashed.
Yeah,
It's exciting, you know, because that is queerness. And while the original show was groundbreaking for what it was, I think queerness has evolved, and this show is an accurate reflection of where we're at in 2022 in terms of queerness. So I love the fact that queer people are playing queer characters as well. That was a huge draw for me, you know. Um, and I've never worked, I've been acting since I was 12. I've been acting since I was 12, and I've never worked on a set where I really felt like my queerness was not only accepted, but encouraged and
yeah.
seen as an asset to my performance, which I know it always is. But so what I hope people can take away from this is seeing maybe a closer reflection of who they are on screen. You know, I think this will be a big moment. If I saw a character like Mingus on screen when I was a kid, that would have saved me so much pain and struggle, just to know that there was someone else out there that was like me.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it has that effect for some people. I hope they feel a little less alone. I hope they know that there's a community out there. And that's what this show is about. You know, it's about community building, and it's about queer folks coming together and supporting one another. And that's what's saved my life. So I don't know. I hope that it has that effect for other people too.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, congratulations on a really successful run of the show, and I love that it's being well received by so many people. If you all want to see Queer as Folk, it is available on Peacock. Maybe you can go check out Finn. They're playing Mingus on Queer as Folk right now, and also you can maybe you'll see Jizzy Lizzy bopping around in a nightclub near you. Where are you still in Chicago? Or are you in LA now?
I live in LA. Yeah, I've lived here for 9 years. So if you're in LA, you want to see Jizzy do her
At
date.
Mickey's? Where you at? You at Mickey's? Where does Jizzy Lizzy pop up at?
We'll see. We'll see. But follow
No,
me on.
we want to know where. We want to know where. We want to know when. We
Okay,
want to come give her $1.
corner of Santa Monica and La Cienega. Like, what do you want me to say?
We'll see you at Sherry and Vine. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for joining. You're absolutely lovely, and I hope you have a really wonderful day.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you taking the time.
Of course. All right. Be safe.
All right, toodles, folks. Have a good day.
Bye. That was very fun for me, and thank you all for commenting on how gorgeous and Stengelina I look. Can I tell you that I was rushing to do my makeup today? And I don't know why. I just kind of like waited around for like, wasn't rushing, but I usually like to luxuriate, and I was not luxuriating at all today. I was like banging out the maquillage so that your girl could look. Why do you guys think I'm not high? But I am stunning. So you are right about one thing. All right, let me get a good look at myself. Thank you all for joining me for this wonderful, wonderful conversation. And of course, you all can catch me all the time. Me and Monet do 2 videos a week, and then you can see me over on my YouTube page. I'm trying to get back into the business of, YouTube, and child, it is hard in these streets, honey. Hard in these streets. All right, bye everyone.